Hey everyone, I'm super excited to talk with you today. I'm actually in my kitchen right now, and I want to invite you to a fasting challenge. So, just so you know, when I was 12 years old, I had gone to church my whole life, and I've never heard our pastor talking about fasting. And then I started learning about intermittent fasting and then biblical fasting and longer day fast. And today, I want to talk to you about doing a 21-day challenge. Now, before you freak out, just so you know, in this 21-day challenge, you get to choose. You can start out doing, a 6-hour window, a 4-hour window, maybe a 3-hour window. But what we're going to talk about doing is doing something called a sun up to sundown fast. So while the sun is up, you're not going to be eating at all, just drinking water. But when the sun is down, that's when you're going to eat. So like around 5 o'clock, that's when you would open up your eating window and kind of doing an OMAD or a 1 meal a day. And we are going to have some special guests joining us. We've got Lori doing it with us. We've got another special guest, Lisa, and another girl named Tammy. All of these three special guests are amazing. And we're going to be doing actually a live Zoom call. Okay. So if you email questions@chantelrayway.com, we'll send you that Zoom link. And it's going to be this coming Monday and the following Monday. We're going to be doing a Zoom call, and we're going to be talking to you all about everything fasting. And the cool thing is it will be live. So at the very end, after we talk, you're going to be able to talk with all of us live and answer your questions. It's going to be amazing. So, we're going to have 1 week that's really just about fasting in general. And then one of our weeks, we are going to kind of talking about biblical fasting and adding that in. So if you are not very spiritual, you might want to just skip that one, or you can just listen to it and just kind of enjoy it and see, there's lots of different religions that talk about fasting. I know my family on my dad's side are all, Persian. And so they do something called Ramadan, and they fast like this, where sun up, sundown fast for 30 days. And so, you can just listen and be part of it. So one of them is going to be non-spiritual and one's going to be more spiritual. And if you think about it, Jesus was no newbie to fasting, right? In the Bible, it talks about 40 days and 40 nights, and then he became hungry. So we're going to assume that it wasn't a water fast as well. It was just food fast. Because it says, then he became hungry. And, he wasn't new to fasting because, even though he was fully God and he can do whatever, he probably built up to this, right? You don't just randomly do 40 days and 40 nights of fasting. And so we know that he built a lifestyle of fasting. And one of the things, if you want to be part of this Zoom call, one of the things we're asking for you to do is if you go to chantelrayway.com and click on chantelrayway.com/fasting to freedom, you can either order our Fasting to Freedom paperback or purchase the whole book bundle. It's at a really cheap price, where you just order the full bundle, where you'll get all 4 books that I've written. You'll get them in PDF, and you'll get the copy of the book, and you'll also get the audiobook. So we bundled it up at a really cheap price. And then you will get to hear from our experts, Lori, Tammy, and Lisa, and me, and be on this Zoom call, right? So you're going to also be part of a Facebook inspiration group for accountability. We're going to do the call January 9th, January 16th at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you can't be on that call, we'll also send you the follow-up calls from it. So either order the Fasting to Freedom book or order the bundle, and you'll be able to be on this call live. So I want to just kind of give you a little bit of a tasting of the fasting that you're going to be doing. And I want to encourage you, in Isaiah 58:6, it says to loose the chains of injustice and untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke. And I want you to know that I believe that fasting breaks bondages. And so if you're listening to this, probably you have a bondage or a stronghold with eating. as I have as well. So probably you connect with me in that way, because I definitely know that that is my one area of bondage that I've had for years is with food, and fasting has, I wouldn't say that I'm even 100% healed from that. There are times where I feel like I have a tendency to run to food instead of God. And so, man, it is so much better. The fasting has worked for me, but I continually pray that I feel like there's still a tiny bit of me that there's times where I want to run to food. And I have done so much fasting, but this is unique because this is a unique 21 days that we're doing. We're going to give you all kinds of freedom, but we want you to just try, if you want to do this sun up, sundown. And we're going to talk about how that works within that, but we're going to give you all kinds of other ways that you can do it as well. We want you to have wisdom with your fasting. And I compare the power of fasting to scuba diving. A lot of you guys know I live in Virginia Beach. And if you stand on the shore and look at the water here, it's not like the Bahamas. Our water is literally brownish black. It's so hard to see beneath the surface. But if you put on your scuba diving gear, you can go down and literally you start seeing the fish and the animals and the plants that are in the ocean that you had never known about, right? And it's like you kind of feel like the fish whisperer, right? Like the fish can go close to you and you see all the details of the fish, and you can see the coral reefs, and you see everything comes alive. And that's what fasting does for your spirit. Your body is hungry when you fast, but your spirit is sharp and everything comes to focus. And so another thing fasting does is it allows you to tune in to God's voice. And so I really want to encourage you, if you have not read the book Fasting to Freedom or gotten the bundle, this is the time now for you to do it. Go to chantelrayway.com/fasting to freedom and get that book, because you'll also get, if you get the bundle, you'll get all 4 books. And one of the things that we've heard people say is the number one thing that helps them is if they get the audiobook and they listen to it 20 minutes a day, every day, that is where change comes in. And so with fasting, fasting puts spiritual antennas on your ears. So let me give you an example, right? When I listen to a radio station here, and my sister lives in Richmond, which is about 2 hours away, on my way there, if I'm listening to like K-Love or, one of my favorite stations, I can listen. And as soon as I start crossing a line, all of a sudden it's like, you can't hear anything, right? Well, fasting lets you tune into God's frequency. It's kind of like WGOD radio, right? You're getting on his frequency so you can hear from him. And so I want to encourage you to just try to really push yourself. And I believe these live classes, you can ask questions, you can be involved. We really want you to join us. And the first one is this Monday at 2. Then we'll have another one the following Monday at 2. And if that goes well, we'll give you a bonus session on the following Monday at 2, which is going to be amazing. So once you get the bundle, either get the book, the paperback book on Amazon, and send it to us at questions@chantelrayway.com, or you buy the bundle and we'll also send you the Zoom link there. So just make sure you email us. And one of the things I hear people say is, well, I'll just fast from TV, or I'll fast from Facebook. Well, while those things are good, the problem is the term fast is the Bible. It comes from a Hebrew word called Tsum, and it literally means to cover the mouth. And in Greek, it's nestius, and that nestio, okay, is the word not to eat, right? So it's nestia, which means not to eat. So we're not fasting social media. We're not fasting television. We're truly talking about not eating. And so we're going to talk all about kind of the tips and the tricks and what's going to make you through. So I really, really want you guys to join us. And so I hope that you get on that right now. Email us at questions@chantelrayway.com or go to chantelrayway.com/fasting to freedom. I'd love to meet you live. Like, a lot of you have been listening for years, and I appreciate that so much. But it would be my pleasure to actually just see you on Zoom and connect in a mighty way. So hope you'll join us.